Hi, I'm Suzanne, a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Canada. Welcome to another paper pumpkin alternative video on my blog and YouTube channel. If you are a present customer of mine and are watching this video, you might be considering the paper pumpkin kit. Please find the link below to see the perks I offer my subscribers. Or, if you don't have a demonstrator and live in Canada, I would love to earn your business. So please check the link below for more information. If you are already a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, please enjoy these alternatives as an inspiration to further stretch your kit. For my first project, I'm going to be using the treat bag that looks like watermelon rind and tearing it apart to make a flat surface. Basically, I want to use this like pattern paper, and I have a bowl here that I am tracing a circle around. So I'm trying to get the most of the paper as I possibly can. It's okay about score lines, it's not going to matter. It's a simple shape, I'm just cutting it out. I'm sure you'll be able to find a suitable circular object in your home to do the same. And then I'm going to take the multi-purpose adhesive sheets that Stampin' Up has just come out with, and I will report that they're lovely. So I'm taking this adhesive sheet, it's a double-sided adhesive, and I'm sticking it to the back of the watermelon tissue paper that's supposed to go inside the bag, and I'm peeling off the release paper. And now I'm adhering, it's like a big sticker now, so I'm adhering that to a Melon Mambo card base. You can see it's very fragile, so that's the reason why I wanted to use dry adhesive, not wet. So I took a smaller bowl and traced a circle around there. So now that I have the inside and the outside, I have to make the pithy rind. So I just used a compass. I think that's what it's called, or a protractor. If I have one, you probably have one in your house too, to make a circle that was larger than the pink one but smaller than the green one. And I'm just putting liquid adhesive on the back of that and smoothing it all down. So now I have the pithy part of the watermelon, and I'm adhering that to my pattern paper. So basically I've made myself a little watermelon. So I gently folded this in half, and gently, because there's several pieces of paper that are going on and the glue is probably still wet. And just with my bone folder, I am burnishing it, and then I'm cutting it in half. And then I will take that watermelon half and make a little card with it. So it is a teeny tiny little card, and the envelope that came in the kit were too big. So I made a smaller one with my envelope punch board, and now it fits in perfectly. And now I'm taking that watermelon stamp that came in the kit, and I'm stamping on the envelope. So it's the watermelon stamp. And then here comes the Emerald Envy rind. So I like to use my bigger pads because for whatever reason, I feel the need to hoard those smaller ones. So I did that. I'm hoarding my little ink cubes. I stamped Kindly Deliver To on the envelope. And there you go. Something nice that you could put in your kids' lunch perhaps, or if you wanted to use an alternative to the cards that were in the kit. Okay, so this is my version of the gatefold. It is 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 2 1/8 and 6 3/8. I have the card that came in the kit, the ones with pineapples and stuff on it, that is sized 3 by 4 1/4. And then I have a piece of Emerald Envy sized at 4 3/8 by 3 1/8. And I'm just gluing it on the half so that as you open that gatefold card, you're going to get it's a unique card front. So I'm stamping with the circle that came in the kit, and with my Emerald Envy and my Melon Mambo, and it says sweet, which is kind of cute actually. I quite like watermelon. I have a really good recipe for watermelon salad. It's like a savory salad. It's amazing. So I've stamped "It's Your Day" on top of that, and then with the string, which the string comes on this little roll and it is all kinky. So if you ever want to know how to get that kink out, I just wipe it along baby wipe. So I get it a little moist and then just sort of run my bone folder along it, and then the kinks are out. So that's a little trick. So I'm cutting off the excess, and then I'm going to adhere that with dimensionals. They're teeny tiny little mini dimensionals in this kit, and I'm adhering that straight on that card front. And I will put one of those little clippies, clothes pegs in. It's just for looks though, it has no purpose. And I am putting a piece of Whisper White, I think it was 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 on the inside there. So there is my gatefold card. Pretty simple, pretty cute. Everybody could do this if you have a little bit of cardstock. Okay, so here's that multi-purpose adhesive sheet again. And I have to say, this is super thin stuff. It's exactly the same as Stick It, which I've been using it for years. And it is so thin. And the thing is, it's really affordable. It's 12 sheets, 6 by 12, $13.50 Canadian. And Stick It adhesive is 5 sheets, 6 by 9 for $13.50. So there's a huge price difference too, I have to say. Okay, so the tissue went on the adhesive sheet, pulling the release paper, and now I'm just cutting off the excess of this Melon Mambo piece. So that piece was 4 by 4 3/4. I have a black card base, regular A2 size. And now I have a little green piece, and I didn't measure that, so I'll do that right now. And if you look at the top of the screen, you'll see Quinn looking at that little bow that I'm making. So it's 3 1/4 by 4 1/2 is the green. Okay, so I've taken that little watercolor piece and trimmed off the banner shape because I didn't want it. And then there's my little hooray banner that I stamped with my Melon Mambo ink. So I'm just adhering that to the front of the card. And now I'm going to put Fast Fuse here and adhere that little watermelon rind piece to the watermelon center. Again, I'm sounding like I'm talking about food. Maybe I'm hungry. Anyway, I've put this all to the card front here, and I'm going to add some of those leaves. They only go one way though, so I had to be decently creative to make it look like a sprig going in the other direction. And they are sticky. Like, they don't fool around with this glue on the back of these stickers. They stick. So I don't necessarily know what the fern leaves are really supposed to do, but it looks good. It's a nice color. And it says, "It's your day, hooray." Okay, so for the next card, I have a regular card base, 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, and then I have a piece of that bag again, and that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, putting Tombow glue on it, folding my card base, or well, I'll adhere this to it first, and then I'll fold my card base up. So I took another piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I cut out the center. So the center to make that frame was 3 3/4 by 5. Then I put a window sheet behind it, and you will find window sheets in your catalog, page 194. I'm also using foam strips. Stampin' Up sells these amazing products too. Really good for shaker cards. As you can tell, I'm making a shaker card. I haven't made one in a while, and I have a lot of sequins. So I get my sequins from Studio Katya here in Canada. It is the 4, 6, and 8 Pink Lemonade and Shimmer and Clear 4, 6, and 8 millimeter. Stampin' Up does sell sequins, but not this color. And I don't know why, but I love, well, I know why. I like sparkly things. And shaker cards are super fun. So I have a good collection of sequins. That is so fun. A full card front of shaker. So you remember that other half watermelon? Well, there it is. Got cut in half and then in a quarter. And I'm putting that aside. And now I've taken the circle from the kit here and stamping again in my Emerald Envy ink and the Sweet Sentiment. And I will stamp with my Melon Mambo again. It's Your Day. And then put my little watermelon wedge on the top. Add more Fast Fuse adhesive and stick that straight in the middle of my shaker card. So fun. I think this is my favorite one. So I had to coat the watermelon piece with Wink of Stella. Wink of Stella is my addiction, as well as those stamping spots. It's a fun, unique way of adding some glitter to your cards. Little bow, and there you go. Okay, so moving on, I have this little card. Really easy to make, just a little piece of Melon Mambo that is 5 1/4 by 4. Folded that card base up, so that gives me 1/4 inch border all the way around. And then I took the white circle that came in the kit, and I'm applying those, I don't know what kind of leaves these are. I want to say ferns. We're not tropical where I live, so we know like apple trees and pine trees. No idea what kind of ferns or leaves these are. So I'm putting adhesive on the back of that and popping that right on the card. And here's the watermelon rind. Here is another circle. I just die cut these, just varying sizes. And I was trying to make that photopolymer stamp bend. I would have liked it to have a curve to it so that I could stamp on that yellow piece, but it wouldn't curve for me very well. So I'm just kind of making do with what I had. I needed a sentiment, but I didn't want the banner because it would ruin my circle design. So I stamped Hooray in Melon Mambo, and then I just fussy cut it out so it makes it look more like a die cut. And then I put dimensionals on the back of that, put that on the front, and then Wink of Stella on my melon. And there we go. So thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you next month. Bye. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. On screen are 2 more videos for inspiration. Click on the maple leaf to visit my website, or click on me to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching.